What's up, my friend? Welcome back to another video, and today we're taking a look at an app called Chordwatch. And so this is designed as the ultimate music teaching tool, which is a big, bold claim, but it really is an impressive piece of software when you take a look at it and what is actually included inside. And so if you're looking for something that will help you identify chords instantly, give you some scale guides, give you guitar fingerings and stuff like that, all of it included in one plugin, this is a really interesting piece of software to take a look at. So I want to show you quickly here what we get on the website, and then we'll jump into my DAW and share with you some of those details a little bit deeper. So here on the front page, you can see that it can help you instantly reveal any chord. There's also the music theory assistant that displays the current chord symbol in your system tray, so you always know what you're playing. And then you can compose beautiful harmonies using this app because they give you over 90 scales and modes that actually guide you along, showing those different keys that light up, which is really, really cool. There's tab generation for guitar tablature and stuff like that. And then you can also connect with other people at the same time if you want to play with them too. And they have this app. There's a mode that you can do that as well. It's really cool. It's like online play for video games. Like you share a code, and then it allows you to join each other's rooms, which is cool. And again, it's standalone or works with your DAW. So with that being said, let's kind of jump in here into Logic. This is my DAW of choice. And here I've already pulled up an instance of Chordwatch. So out of the box, this is what you see. We basically have these three little dots in the middle. It's kind of waiting for you to play a certain chord, right? But so if I play like a single note, like a C, it's not going to show anything because it's waiting for two or more notes, because that's what a chord is. So if I play an E, now it's C major with a third. And then if I add the G, we have the full C major triad. Right? So I can play other C major chord notes, and it's still going to remain C major because I haven't added other notes in there yet that don't belong to the C major chord. Let's do a C major 6 with the A on the top, right? So as soon as I play it, it recognizes those combination of notes as a C6. Really cool. Now, where this software really comes to life is, first of all, in the scales mode here. So first of all, we can choose the root of any key that we want. So let's see, well, we want D major. Or D, and then we can choose a key, like major, minor, Ionian, Dorian. So we have the modes here, but we also have different scale types: altered, augmented, augmented heptatonic, Balinese, Ionian pentatonic, Lydian augmented, right? So you have so many different scales that you can choose from. So let's just say we want to hear the C Dorian scale, or we at least want to see where that is, right? Or D Dorian scale, sorry. Now, the D Dorian scale is literally just a C major scale, but starting from D to D. So let's maybe make that a little bit different here. Let's do D Lydian. Now we can see that certain black notes here have been raised or are highlighted in pink, and those are the notes that belong to the D Lydian scale. And then correspondingly, the white notes that are blue also belong to the D Lydian scale. So here's a D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, and D. This is the D Lydian scale. And all of those notes that I'm playing are highlighted in blue and pink, depending on their white or black. If I play notes outside of that, right, notice how we have the notes highlighted in blue. Those are the notes of the D Lydian scale, but the F is gray because that does not belong to that scale. So that's really cool. It basically outlines exactly what notes you want to play for that scale. Let's go back to C. Let's hear a harmonic major. And so basically it looks like this: C, D, E, F, G, A flat or G sharp, B, C. It's basically like a C minor harmonic scale, but with that raised third, which makes it major. So it's like a lowered 6, if you will, right? So it's a really cool app to actually show you and teach you what those different scales are and different modes are. You don't even have to search up for a website. That's super cool. So that's the real-time chord detection of names, inversions, and intervals, and scales and mode visual key colored guides that we just took a look at. So let's go back to C major here. Next, you can also preview diatonic chords for each mode with a click and inversions. So here we have chords here on the bottom left. We have the triads by default. So if I want to hear the one chord, I can just click it and it plays that one for me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that's just me clicking on the mouse. I'm not actually playing anything on the keyboard. Now, let's say I want to hear the C major scale, but I want to hear the C7 with a flat 9 and sus4. Right? So in the key of C major, we have this E7 sus4 flat 9. Of course, we don't have the G sharp in there because it's not in the key of C major, but at least we have this chord that you can hear this chord type, right? Let's choose another one. Let's see C11, so, or G11 in this case, because it's a dominant 7th chord. So we have the G, B, D, F, that's the G7 with the A and the C creating a G11. So we're still in the key C major. Let's choose one more. Let's do, so that's a C, a B minor 7 flat 5. Let's choose C minor here. There we go. So the 2 chord will allow us to have this D minor 7 flat 5 in the key of C minor, which is the 2 chord, right? So the chord type will basically determine what note of the scale or what degree of the scale shows up here on the very bottom. Because in the key of C minor, right, the D being the 2 chord, that allows us to create that minor 7 flat 5 structure. Whereas if we go with, let's see, just a minor 7, now we have 3 options. We have C minor 7, F minor 7, and G minor 7. If I started on A flat, that would make it a major 7th, right? So that's also a really cool theory thing that you can learn from there. So that's the chord detection mode, or previewing the diatonic chords and different inversions and these different chord types as well, which is super, super cool. Then next we have the tab mode for automatic tab generation of chords with multiple fingering options and custom tuning. So let's take a look here. On the right, you click the guitar, and here we have the previous chord that we just played. Let's go back to C major, and let's go back to let's go to 7ths this time. So we have C major 7, D minor 7, and you can see instantly those chords are being notated here on the guitar side of things. And I can also play, of course. So it's also handy to have a guitar equivalent of the piano keys there. Then we have a pop-out resizable and themable 88 key piano roll. So yeah, you might be thinking that this whole thing is a little bit small and it's not really resizable. So what you can do is go here and click the full screen, and now you see the full piano keyboard, which is nice. And I can always resize it just like this. If I want a super small, I can do that. A little bigger. Let's just say we like it this size. So now I can play. Right? Very cool. Let's say I want a few more keys here, because right now I'm on 61 keys. If I press plus, now we have a 76 key keyboard. If I press one more, we have the full 88 keys. So we have all those notes being played, creating a nice C6 sort of sound. C6-9, right? So that's 88 keys, and it can go all the way back down to 49 keys as well. Let's see what chord that is. C13, right? Very cool. So that's the piano keyboard that you can pop out and in, which is nice. And then the other thing is that for design purposes, you can just theme this plugin. So by default, it loads up as Chordwatch, but we could choose like simply red. So now you can see the keys are listed at red, and the whole thing kind of looks a little more intense. And then we can change it back. Let's say we want to deep purple. Now it looks more like this. So let's go back to Chordwatch. There we go. Now we get the light blue hint of color scheme there. Cool. All right, one more thing I want to share with you quickly is the MIDI sound, or the sound itself. So by default, it loads up with the Chordwatch Piano Fluid Synth. So that's the sound we're hearing right now. Sounds like a very, electronic piano. And it's also panned interestingly. Like the lower you go, the more to the left it is, and the higher you go, it's panned to the right. But let's put this back on 76 keys. Let's say I don't like the sound and I want to choose my own sound. All I have to do here in settings is just go up and click none. So now if I play anything, you don't hear anything, right? So that means in your DAW, you can go through and activate your own samples. And in this case, I'm going to use Spotlight Piano from Fracture Sounds. And now I can hear that instead. Now what I'm noticing here is like if I'm in the key of F major, if I play, let's say chords, go back to triads, then it actually lights up here. It says that's literally the one chord that I'm playing. I can play the 2 chord, take away the F there. Now I have just a G minor chord and it shows up as the 2. If I do true 7ths, then we get, now the 2-7 is lighting up because I have that F all in there that I'm also playing, right? Very, very cool. And then, yeah, the last thing that's really cool too is the live mode that you can play with other people. So this kind of reminds me of like Spitfire's BBCSO plugin where you can connect like sessions with other people who have the same library. So I think that's down here in settings again. You click live play and then you choose the name that you want to enter. In this case, I can just type Chris because that's my nickname, check mark. And then I can either host a session or join a session. If I want to host a session, I have a unique code that I can share with someone else. They have the plugin, they copy it into their join session, right? Enter host share ID, then they can connect with me and then we can play together. So maybe we're both on a Zoom call and we both want to play with one another with Chordwatch, then it gives us the opportunity to do that really, really easily. So anyway, that's a quick look at this plugin. It's really, really neat. And yeah, it definitely reminds me of something like ChordieApp, and maybe I'll do a video comparing both of those in the future. But I just wanted to share Chordwatch with you today. Hopefully that kind of made sense. But yeah, it's super robust in just this little plugin. It's really neat. I love in general how you can take out the keyboard, make it even more visible. The music theory applications are really versatile here because again, you can choose your starting note. So let's say we want D flat, and then we have major, minor, the different modes, and then we have all these different scales that we can choose from to, you know, help us learn what those scales are. So let's say Lydian pentatonic, we take a look, and here we have the D flat Lydian pentatonic scale. So D flat, F, G, A flat, C, D flat. There's that Lydian sound with the G natural, and then it's kind of a pentatonic scale because it's only 5 different notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So you can use that as a really neat music theory tool. And then within your scale or whichever mode you're choosing, you can choose the chord type and then find the actual root notes in there as well. And then identify them with the key. And then, yeah, it also identifies the different positions, root, and its inversions. And then again, they have the chord mode with the guitar and all that stuff. Choose your own sounds, share with other people, all that great stuff. So yeah, hopefully this kind of makes sense. If you're looking for that sort of tool that just identifies chords right away, but also is a really handy music theory learning tool for scales and chords, then this is definitely one to look into. And it's super affordable as well. I think it's $25, $30 on the website. If you want to support me in the channel and you want to grab this and purchase this for your own uses, then you can use my link down in the description box below. It is an affiliate link, so I will receive a small commission if you purchase through my link. But if you want to support the channel, that's the perfect way to do it, and it's greatly appreciated. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, by the way, I also want to give you a discount code for this as well. So you can get 20% off by using Chris20, I believe the code is. It's in the description box. So if you type in that code at checkout, you'll get 20% off, and you can support me and the channel by using that link in the description box too. So thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate Chordwatch for sending me a copy. Thank you so much. And I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks again, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.